Okay,
So
we are starting off with 2 Hedge Mazes. Battle of the Hedge Mazes.
nice. That's what we need to see.
And a Lonis coming out right away.
Yeah, probably, definitely an interesting matchup, I would say.
Oh, and then basically an Entomb for an Archon. Like we have an Entomb at home. And then we might see... interesting.
So there is an Exhume, maybe, or some reanimation spell.
The Lonis is attacking, not. Okay, and we get a Shuko.
Yeah, and there's definitely a reanimation spell here, I would assume. There is an Animate Dead.
Which
and
is
and
not the
there's the
worst.
endurance. There is the endurance. That's great. No, that's not how it works. The Worldly Tutor is gone, as well as the Windswept Thief.
Okay, so this might be a case of Glarb not quite knowing the cards.
No. But I
'Cause
think
so
the guy from the
guessing,
stream is already on the way.
yeah, someone should be watching this game happen.
Yeah, and now they see that. Yeah, I think players are probably tired at that point after
Yep.
9 rounds of Magic. He seems to be happy about the fact that... Oh, he's not that happy about the fact that he missed a clue trigger from the Endurance.
Ah, yeah.
Right, it seems.
Don't think it's changing much here. He ironically he cuts to Nadu right away.
Mm. Well, when we saw the game against Emmett this afternoon, the Haymire. I'm not sure if I would sacrifice the Haywire Might for... Or
I'm not sure I would play the
Shuko.
Haywire Might first, because I would be playing Shuko first in order to play around a Force Spike or a Daze.
I'm
Because
not
the
so
Shuko
sure.
is more important than the Might. Yeah, I would say, right?
I'm not sure about that. That's...
Oh, interesting.
It's an opposition, right?
Yes. Your
That's...
formerly favorite card. You used to love this card.
I
But
still
sadly,
do, but there's no use case for it anymore. Apart from that deck, it seems. I mean, here we have a
okay,
Tainted.
Master very good
Pact.
against the clues here. Okay,
Yeah.
Tainted Pact. So he is Tainted Pacting for a mana source, it seems.
Mm. Frantic Search doesn't do the job. Astral Dragon in combination with a discard outlet. Bitter Triumph is not really what you're looking for.
Also interesting with opposition, you can get a lot of Nadu triggers. Or at least half of your Nadu triggers with opposition.
The
Creatures are
only
tapped afterwards, but
yeah,
like it's another card that lets you get some value out of Nadu.
that's true. The only interaction that I find interesting, which doesn't really come up anywhere, would be in combination with Winter Orb or Winter Moon. No, Winter Moon
Yeah.
is not affected by tapping, but
So he could have gotten rid of black mana,
yep,
but not really gotten rid of it because the Bitter Triumph still removes those creatures.
that's true.
Now we see a Glarb cast. No, we see a Barrogoyf cast.
That's a
Which,
funny. If you misclick that on Modo, you're fucked because at that point you would have cast the Glarb already.
yeah.
Here we have Lanoa Elves. And I mean,
And I think
that's,
he. No, he does not have the cards in graveyard to cast the Oculus yet. He's still missing one.
there's an Oculus in
So he
hand.
might want to bait.
Oh,
He
there's
might want to
only.
crack a clue to get the the Elvish Mystic killed. Opposition is a very cool card. I think it's not having much impact on this game.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think it
Definitely.
stalls to a point at which you can abuse it to your advantage. If we get
Yeah.
to a point, for example, I'm a bit curious as to why he does not decide to tap down more lands. I
I
mean,
mean, I think he probably wants to stop the Barrowglyph from hitting him, so
yeah,
he
but he's
will probably
still
tap the Barrowglyph.
sure, but he's still
And
left with
the Orchestra Master is annoying in this case, therefore he can prevent it from attacking by like he can prevent damage by leaving at least one creature untapped.
Mm,
So I think it's a fine move the way he's done it here. He'll probably tap a land on end step
yeah.
to remove it from being able to interact. Not sure when
Before
he's tapping the mage.
there
I
is
guess
a
end of combat.
chase. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, there was a shallow grave. So shallow grave is the card that I'm worried about when things like Archon hit the graveyard. And
There's a
playing it
Nadu.
is bad, but not that bad.
There is a Nadu, baby. He
Interesting.
just drew the Nadu.
Okay, yeah, he cracked a clue. Mystic
Yeah.
died. And now he is casting a Nadu, which will start popping off.
Yeah. And Nicolas says,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
that's
Nicholas
probably enough.
agreed.
In combination with the opposition, you will tap down my lands. And in fact, I think all the decks featured Simic, right? Let me check again. I think Dan shared the top 8 at some point.
Yeah, we have Tinmaravos, Lonis, Tinmathrasios, Glarb, Tevesh Thrasios, Slimefoot and Squee, Yoshimaru Jeskai, and Cosmic Spider-Man. We saw the Cosmic Spider-Man deck. It seemed like a very standard 5-color control deck that relies on the power of its 99 and then
Yeah.
at some point casting a 5/5 trample, lifelink, haste, flying creature, and kind of that winning the game. This is a very powerful sequence against Lonis, knocking down the Dork with an Orcish Bowmaster that early.
Yeah,
We do
definitely
see a
brutal.
Gilded Drake, which might find a window to steal the Bowmaster.
I'm not sure if
Glarb doesn't
that's.
do that much card drawing, and what we have seen from Nicholas is when he can attack, he does attack. So he seems to like I've felt the games that we've seen him play. It seems like he has been very well aware of when he wants to and is allowed to start doing damage to his opponents,
Mhm.
and giving that kind of player a 3/3 flyer is a bit dangerous.
Absolutely. That's why I think the TNN seems to be
Yeah,
the better card. Eurus and Brain Search revealed. And 2 unknown cards. Decides to go for the unknown pile, and we don't get to see them. What is this AirPods counter base? Is this supposed to be
not
like
quite sure.
a big Bowmaster Orc Army token? Why did he place his AirPods on?
That is a good question.
It's a bit funny. The
All right,
Bowmaster, not the
finding
Bowmaster.
his land drop with a troll
The TNN might be a problem, right?
and suspending a profane totem. I really dislike counting your profane tutor and things like that by sliding the card into the deck.
I was just
I
about to
think
say that.
people,
You can read my mind. I
yeah,
that's an attitude that I don't really like at all. I
I've
mean, why
seen
would you do
people
that?
in multiplayer commander when their commander is not cast, they slide it into their library as well,
It's
unlike an
even
aggro like
worse.
that.
Yeah, it's even
And
worse.
that is like, yeah, I feel like that's a you have a gives you a bad overview of the game. You're not really sure what's happening, where what is currently, uh, and like especially in a format like ours, we shuffle our libraries a lot, and it's very inconvenient to have a card in the library
Yeah, no.
that whenever you want to do something with your library, you then have to take it out, especially when you have a dice on it. I would not. I prefer putting the profane tutor on top of the library. It's still not great, but I would prefer putting it on the top rather than sliding it
You
into the
can
deck.
just put a dice on top. Like, what is the
That
problem?
is, yeah, sure.
That's how anyone else handles upkeep triggers.
Yeah.
Why would you do it like that?
So we have an interesting board state here because if Nicholas goes for a reanimation effect that
Yeah.
is an enchantment, um, the Haywire Might with the mana from the Wall of Roots can stop the creature leaving the graveyard.
Hmm.
And I'm guessing that's why we haven't seen it here. We do see end of turn a. Okay, it seems a bit quick, but the Ice Fang Quaddle has been cast, and the Bowmaster will take care of the Might. Hopefully that forest does not stay in play because that is not the land drop for the turn.
I hope so
Swamp
too.
was the land drop. Wait, no, was it? Oh, that was the land drop last turn. What? What
I'm not
is it?
exactly sure, to be fair.
Okay, mana was spent on the Tainted Indulgence and cycling the Troll. Never mind. Yeah, that is the land drop for the turn. Never mind.
A Sinister
Sinister
Concierge.
Concierge. Which currently there's no way for it to die, but when and if it does die, it will take care of the bomb.
I'm pretty sure it does, Sam. We have a
Yes,
Brainstorm
indeed.
and a Tamiyo in hand. You know what's my reason to touch this pile? Playing Tamiyo. That's the
Yeah,
real
this
reason.
is a pretty good place for Tamiyo. You have a lot of clues, and
And you can
wait,
play
which one?
Urza. I'm
The
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
Lonis. I'm talking about Lonis.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the list he presents here so far looks quite good, I have to say. Lots of
Yeah, I'm a bit skeptical because if there's ever a situation where a meta starts to play more board wipes, then the list suddenly looks a lot worse.
That's right.
This is a risky attack
Very
because he
risky
just gets
attack.
to block with a Sinister Concierge and take care of the Bowmaster, which will. Oh, okay.
Why did he exile his own safekeeper? Did we miss something?
I'm not sure. I think because of the resolved Profane Tutor, he might be expecting a Damnation to be the tutor target here,
But then you
or a
would
Toxic
take the
Deluge.
TNN, right?
I guess he wants the Safekeeper to be. Okay, yeah, no, actually. One. Okay, interesting. So with a Glarb, he can now go for.
So, by the way, for all the viewers that are not familiar with Thoughtlash, might show the card. Gilded Drake. Maybe he's also planning to. That's a Trinket Mage, I think. Yeah.
A situation that doesn't come up too often. We have the Wall of Roots actually fully used up in terms of mana.
Yeah. I'm thinking about a world in which Nicholas is casting a board wipe and we get to see the Brainstorm being cast in order to save Tamiyo,
Mhm.
which is not the case for as long as Orcish Bowmaster is on field, but
True.
you know what you could do is
Cast Brainstorm, have the Tamiyo trigger on stack, and then crack another clue, right? What does the
That
Tamiyo only
doesn't
trigger
work.
on the
It,
second
it
card?
triggers on the third card drawn. It will not re-trigger. I can
Oh yeah,
show you
only on the third
quickly.
card. Yeah, I see.
Because again, guys, active player versus reactive player, you would have to play the brainstorm in your opponent's turn. This would work.
No, it wouldn't. Because
Why?
Brainstorm draws 3 cards.
Yes. It draws 3 cards,
Uh-huh.
and then simultaneously, Bowmaster and Tamiyo go on stack, and active players triggers goes on stack first, and then reactive player. So Tamiyo's trigger resolves first.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you can assign the damage to the Planeswalker, which enters with 2 loyalty.
Okay, so the Urza has resolved,
That's crazy.
and suddenly we are in scary territory
I think so too.
for Glarb.
So there's an
We
abrupt
see a
decay,
Trinket
toxic,
Mage.
deluge, persist, intuition, and a spell pierce, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there were no relevant creatures in the graveyard. The Archon is in exile. He currently has 3 mana. So if he gets something, no, he can only get a 1 mana thing. So he shuffled his cards in upside down at some point.
Mm. When he was trying to press the coconut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's searching for the Shuko. That's what I expected. And the construct actually nets. Oh, there's a flare of
Denial in hand.
denial in hand, yeah.
And with the spell pierce known, he taps all his mana for a Gilded Drake.
Not
which
all the mana.
means
He cast the Shuko. There's still construct and Shuko.
yeah, but he hasn't paid for mana for the Shuko yet.
I think he did. No, okay, it's not in hand. You're right. Yeah.
Maybe there we go. He can cast the Shuko once the Lonis trigger. Once the Gilded Drake clue trigger resolves. If he doesn't forget his Gilded Drake clue.
He does not.
Yeah, so we have an uncounterable.
I said he did not forget the clue trigger.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting game here, I have to say. It's a cool final so far. So casting the Shuko. Would be a crazy line. Jace is not yet on field, right? Imagine
Jace is not yet on field.
cracking Lonis and then like finding. Oh no, there lots of ifs for that to happen. But like finding a big reanimation target and or maybe
feel
like
that
finding
was
it.
not the correct time to use the Lonis.
Yeah.
But we will see. So we have a spell pierce as interaction. I think it's pretty safe to assume that the last card is not a counterspell. The last unknown card in Nicholas's hand. We see a Surveil 2, which he. What?
He has to pay cumulative upkeep.
Yeah, but he. What? Okay, but okay.
He's
He has the
exiling more cards
Surveil
in
on the
order to
stack.
go for Jace.
He has the Glarb Surveil on the stack, so I wonder how he's trying to
I think he's trying to
formulate.
cast something.
I think he's still upkeep. He hasn't drawn a card for turn
Yeah.
yet, so
But
what is he paying 4 mana for?
I don't know either.
I am Confucian.
I am confusion. Yeah.
What?
He has drawn a card,
Ah, okay.
so
He
he's
tapped the
searching.
mana without actually tapping anything. Okay,
He's
so now
searching
we're in
for
his
the
main phase.
Jace.
So I'm guessing he put another counterspell in his hand, and now he's going to be searching for the Jays. You know, it'd be crazy if he had in hand an Otavara, which only costs 1 to activate right now.
There was also the
This is
new Sultai card shown. You know the big
Rakshas's bargain.
No, the big
Or,
the big reanimation guy that I sent you for the Terra list.
Sin.
Then whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, so he is putting Jace on the stack, and he is sacking Trinket Mage for a Flare of Denial with 3 mana open.
That
If this
seems
counter
to be
resolves,
it. It was a brainstorm that he put into hand, and he has enough mana left for the spell pierce, and that's a clean 2-0 for Lonis. Well played, sir. Congratulations.